my dear students, once again I welcome you all to your history online class. So again in today's class we'll be doing the continuation part of your medieval history with chapter 9, that is the Mughal Empire from the year of 1526 till 1857. So if you have seen the first part of the video, there I have taught you, or I gave you an explanation regarding the introduction part, that how the Mughal Empire was founded by Jahiruddin Babur in 1526 after defeating Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat in Haryana, and then the two major sources, literary as well as the archaeological sources. So again in today's class we'll focus about the two main topics. First topic will be about the political history, and the second about administration of the Mughal dynasty. So let's start with the political history of the Mughal Empire, that from the year of 1526 till 1857. So we all know very well that Jahiruddin Babur was the founder, and then he had the son known as, the eldest son known as Nasiruddin Humayun, and then his son Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, and then so on in the monarchy system. So we'll discuss about 6 kings starting from Jahiruddin Babur till Aurangzeb, that what kind of battle or the conquest they had to go against the rivals or enemies in order to make their kingdom a very powerful one, at the same time staying away from those kinds of attack which could really make or matter or hamper their kingdom. So first on the political history we'll talk about Jahiruddin Babur. So Jahiruddin Babur, he was the founder, at the same time he fought 4 battles from the year of 1526 till 1529, and a very positive indication for him that in all the 4 battles he got victory over his rivals, kings or the chiefs. So first talking from the year of 1526, first battle of Panipat, second battle of Kanwaha, third battle of Chanderi, and last battle of Ghagra, 1526, 27, 28 and 29. So in this way, one by one, in all the 4 years he had to go against his enemies, and ultimately he was able to get victory because of the setting a very strong foundation of his army, giving them proper training, weapons, equipment that were very much necessary during the battles, and ultimately he got the victory. As after that we'll see his son known as Nasiruddin Humayun, who was the eldest son. He had got 4 sons: Nasiruddin Humayun, Askari, Hindal, as well as and then talking about the 2 battles of Nasiruddin Humayun, but he had to face defeat against one of the great Afghan chief of Sasaram of Bihar state known as Shershah Suri, very much famous for the Grand Trunk Road. So he had to go against Shershah Suri in the 2 battles. First in 1539, Battle of Chausa, he had to face defeat, and the next year 1540, Battle of Kannauj, same result, he had to face defeat against Shershah Suri because he was not so bold or efficient enough like his father, that is Jahiruddin Babur, and he was not able to suppress or dominate Shershah Suri's army, and he had to go for exile for nearly 15 years, and then he returned later on. And the next ruler or the king, that is known as Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, who is considered to be one of the greatest ruler of the Mughal Empire, who ruled in India nearly for 5 decades, 50 years, and within that 50 years he made lot of introduction like Mansadari system. After that, talking about the introduction of how to demolish this jizya tax as well as the pilgrimage tax. But talking about the battle, we see that the second battle of Panipat was fought between Akbar and the general of Shershah Suri, Hemu, in 1556, the second battle in same ground, Panipat, and then against Maharana Pratap, who is regarded as one of the greatest Rajput ruler from the Rajput kingdom, and in the battle of Haldighati, 1576, Akbar got victory, and these were the 2 famous battles that he fought. But apart from this, many of the conquest expeditions he had to go, and everywhere he had to go with the flow, with his ideas, with the management that he did during the battlefield, and he was able to get victory in all the battles. Next, his son known as Nasiruddin Jahangir, and under Nasiruddin Jahangir he faced not so battles like his dad or father Akbar, but he made the execution of the 5th Sikh Guru known as Arjan Dev. So we all know under the Sikh Guru, the first known as Guru Nanak, and then last Tej Bahadur Singh. So 5th Sikh Guru was being executed because of involvement in the battle, and he was being executed by him. And later on, like southern areas, there was a conquest done by him, by his leadership, like Bijapur as well as Ahmednagar. And the next king we talk, that is known as Shah Jahan, very much famous with the Taj Mahal, Jama Masjid or Red Fort monuments and buildings, so on. But if we talk about the conquest, we get to see that how he, along with the armies that he had, got victory over the southern states like Bijapur, Golconda, or even talking about the Ahmednagar. And the last king, that is known as Aurangzeb, who actually conspired against his brothers, and finally he stood as the next successor after his father's death and became king. So he fought the battle known as Muktasan in the year of 1705 and later on executed the 10th Sikh Guru of the Sikh family known as Tej Bahadur Singh. And this was overall the information or the explanation regarding what is exactly the political history of the Mughal Empire, how they were able to rule in India for nearly 331 years because of all these battles that they fought, they got victory, and then how to set the administration of their kingdom in a very proper and efficient way, and they were able to keep their footprints in India for longer period of time. So your next topic will be of administration of Mughals. So when we talk about the administration of Mughals, mostly we see about the very strong and efficient administration. So it is been regarded, or it has been said, that Akbar followed the administration policy of Sher-Shah Suri. In the Sher-Shah Suri, he was very much famous with the three types of government: central government, provincial government and the local government. Same that was being followed by Akbar. But if we see in overall as the administration of Akbar, we get to see over all these subtopics which were very much crucial, at the same time important for the Mughal dynasty to rule for many years and staying there and keeping their religion Islam or their footprints in India. So first we talk about the strong and powerful administration, efficient administration in all the respective fields. Either if we talk about the land revenue, we talk about the finance department, or even we talk about the army department, everything the administration was kept in a very proper way and they were able to manage in a very smooth way. Next, talking about the Mansardari system, which was actually introduced by Akbar the Great or Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, and it was actually a rank or the post given to all the army and soldiers. Next, talking about the land revenue system, so that was very much important. Not only we talk about the Mughal Empire, but in all the medieval chapter, because through land revenue, kingdom or the king used to get amount of wealth in the form of taxation, and that was being used for overall making the betterment for the development of the kingdom. So department establishment, so one by one different sets of like a department of post was being created. Either for finance department there was an officer K, for land revenue there was an officer K, for the army commander-in-chief was K. So overall in all the stream or in all the department it was being utilized for the officers to stay and do their work in a very proper way, and the supervision was being kept by the king himself. And the next topic we see with the control and the provincial administration. So how the king used to control the provincial administration, the state. In now if we talk about the state government, similarly that was of the provincial administration. And talking about the finance system, how the money was being utilized for the overall making the kingdom very powerful, strong, administration wise very strong, giving salary to the armies, soldiers in cash, and all these kinds of work was being done. And if you talk about the Akbar's 9 Navratnas, I guess you must be familiar with the 9 Navratnas or 9 gems, starting with Birbal, Todarmal, after that talking of Abul Fazal, Faizi, and many other overall the leaders or the post holders. And the last topic, that is known as how Akbar abolished jizya tax or non-taxation paid by Muslims like Hindus or the Sikhs. They had to pay to the Mughal kingdom. That was being put to a full stop because he made a mandatory that all the religions are equal and there should not be any kind of discrimination. And even he used matrimonial alliance by marrying Jodhabai, who was the daughter of a Hindu king. And then even he abolished pilgrimage tax whenever people had to go from one place to another, like in order to offer or pray. So that time also, like other kings, they used to pay a taxation, but he put a full stop, he put a abolishment on this, even the pilgrimage tax. So this was your overall the explanation part for your second part of the medieval history with the Mughal Empire from 1526 to 1857. So I hope you have understood. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.